Canadian Confederation by Shrita Chatterjee and Stinder Sandhu. The Canadian Confederation started during the rebellions. The rebellions of 1837 were two armed uprisings that took place in Upper and Lower Canada in 1837. Both rebellions were motivated by frustrations with political reform. A key shared goal was a responsible government. The rebellions led directly to Lord Durham's reports of the affairs of British North America. The Durham Report is an important document in Canada's history, and it recommended that Upper and Lower Canada were joined together and given responsible government. In 1841, the British government accepted the proposal, and Upper and Lower Canada united, becoming the province of Canada. In 1846, the British government repealed the Corn Laws. This helped Canadian producers by increasing profits. The end of the Corn Laws drove the colonies into economic depression. Canadians began to look at the union of all the colonies as a way of helping their economy. Also in 1846, the British government appointed Lord Elgin as Governor-General of Canada. Elgin's job was to make responsible government a reality, and so he set out to make Canada a semi-independent nation. In 1849, the reformist government presented the Rebellion Losses Bill, which was proposed to use tax money to compensate anyone in Canada East who lost property during the rebellion. After Elgin signed the bill, English-speaking citizens in Montreal were furious and began a riot. They set fire to the Parliament building, but by signing a bill he did not agree with. Elgin had laid the foundation of Canadian democracy. Responsible government had passed its first test, and the colonies were now heading toward the complicated process of Confederation. Although the idea of creating a new country was exciting, those who wanted union needed something more to make it happen, which was expansion to the West. Canadians were always suspicious of American intention in the West. In addition to political pressures, the colonies were under tremendous pressure economically. Supporters of Confederation argued that trade would be improved by a new national railway. Suffering from economic depression, fear of the United States, and struggling to organize politically, the colonies were suddenly willing to make a deal. There were arguments for and against Confederation. For and against Confederation for the viewpoints of Canada, PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland. But finally, the three fathers of Confederation, George Etienne Cartier, George Brown, and John E. Macdonald, joined together in the Great Coalition to further promote Confederation. To accomplish Confederation, conferences were held. The first was in Charlottetown, PEI, on September 1st, 1864. The colonies of Nova Scotia, PEI, and New Brunswick discussed the idea of a union of the Atlantic colonies. The province of Canada decided to convince the Atlantic colonies to join with them in a larger union. Cartier, Brown, and Macdonald stated why they thought there should be a British North America Union. By the end, the decision had been made to work towards a confederation of all the British North American colonies. It was decided that a second meeting should be held in a month's time in Quebec. Delegates from the British North American colonies met again in Quebec in October. The Quebec Conference lasted over 2 weeks. The result of the Quebec Conference was a list called the 72 Resolutions, which were to form the basis upon which the new nation of Canada will be built. 16 delegates from the province of Canada, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick sailed to London in 1866 to present the 72 resolutions to British officials. On February 12, 1867, the bill containing the 72 resolutions was introduced in the British House of Lords. It passed through both houses quickly. On May 22, 1867, Queen Victoria announced that the Dominion of Canada would become a nation on July 1, 1867. John A. Macdonald was to be the first Prime Minister. The British North America Act created the country of Canada. It was passed by the Parliament of Britain and recognized the supreme authority of the Union. The BNE Act is full of compromise and divides the shares responsibilities between the provincial and federal governments. The new Dominion of Canada was celebrated in style by Canadians. Communities all across the new provinces had parties, concerts, and fireworks. The Canadian Confederation was a success, and everyone was enjoying the new nation. The end.